Today we're going to premiere the song Giving Yourself Away, a cover of the Ratt song by a project that calls itself City to City and features 5 guys who regularly appear on the channel. Ryan and Metal Mike from the band Metalcast, Bryan from the hair band Basement, Jeremy from the band Abrasion, and Jay from Stone Park Ritual. Now these guys have never met. However, through countless emails, Dropbox submissions, retakes, texts, and perseverance, the song is finally finished, and I am excited to be able to interview the members of City to City and premiere their cover of Ratt's Giving Yourself Away right here on the Hair Metal Guru.
The Hair Metal Guru, from Warren to Crew. The Hair Metal Guru, never forget Charlie too.
Welcome to the Hair Metal Guru. My name is Anthony. They call me the Guru, and holy shit, look at all these familiar faces, but here for a common cause, because all these guys have been putting together this project for this band City to City for a Ratt tribute project, and they recorded Giving Yourself Away all, by sharing shit online. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about this project, how it came together, what everybody's responsibilities were. And with that, let's meet the members of City to City. To my right is Metal Mike from the band Metalcast. Metal Mike, it's been a while, but welcome back to the show.
What's up, man? Glad to be here.
Hey, awesome. And below him, we got Jay, who plays guitar in Stone Park Ritual. Jay, welcome back.
Glad to be back.
And right next to him, we got Jeremy, my buddy from North Dakota and from the band Abrasion. Jeremy, welcome back.
Hey, thanks for having me. Excited to hear some City to City today. Thank you.
Hell yes. And then right next to him, we got Bryan from the hair band Basement. Bryan, welcome back.
How you doing? Thanks for having me on. Let me go quick through my stuff. Check me out on X. Follow me on Twitter, HB Basement, Station Head Show at 8:30. Got a YouTube channel. Check it all out.
Awesome.
I'm not going through the whole thing. I'm not going to waste. This is not about me.
And next to him, we got Ryan from Metalcast. Ryan, welcome back to the show. Ooh, look at that!
Nice.
What the fuck?
Wait.
Woo!
Badass. Okay. All right.
Perfect.
So
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got all you guys here. I just got Jay emailed me your cover of Giving Yourself Away. So the first question is how did this come about? Who initially found out about the project, and how did the idea for you guys to record it get started? And I don't know who wants to jump in here, but who first heard about this thing?
It was our business manager, Jason.
Oh, okay, Ryan.
Yeah, he's the one that told us about it and suggested we do it, and we were all like, "Sure, that sounds like a great idea."
Yeah, before that, we kind of I don't remember when it was, but it was like, wait, we got drums, bass, and vocals, and a guitarist. Why don't we do anything? And at one point, we were going to work on some kind of theme song for your show, and as time got in the way, and it really didn't go much after maybe an initial lick or two, and then some lyrics. And then just this popped up, and we're like, wait, we got the members to do it. Let's do this.
And I think that you guys were going to do the theme song, and then the song that I actually used got a fan of the channel had AI create it. So I started using that, but you're right. Many times over the course of videos and roundtables, we'd be like, "Oh shit, hey, Bryan plays bass, Ryan sings, Jeremy's the drummer, Jay does guitar, and Metal Mike fucking does everything, including like production." So you guys had always been talking about doing something. So okay, so who was the one who started spreading the word out to, "Hey guys, let's do this project"? How did all that communication start to get you guys on board?
I don't remember who it was.
Well, yeah, Jason put it out to us, and then it was on our text thread, and that's how it just snowballed into this. And then I was like, well, shit, if we're going to do this, we got to get Metal Mike involved, the keyboard producer extraordinaire.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And I call him Metal Mutt when he does this kind of a good job.
There you go.
Metal Mutt. Okay. So how did the decision come to do Giving Yourself Away? That's not, Ratt's not ordinarily known for their ballads, but I fucking love that song. It's a great ballad, but how did that come about, the decision to record that song?
That
I
by
think-
mistake. Initially it was going to be You're in Love. That was what we started with, but there were so many logistical, I don't know, faux pas, if you will, to that sucker that we had a backup, or we were going to submit two actually. And Giving Yourself Away was the number two. But then after, I don't know, after Mike heard it, I'd say, Mike, you interject here if I'm wrong, but I think he said, hey, you guys got a good foundation. Let's roll with this one and see what happens. And then that one we just focused most of our energy and time on, and that's kind of why that one was the one that was chosen, I guess.
Metal Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the stronger of the two, and I think we kind of worked out the kinks when we did "You're in Love." We kind of got a feel for things, and then by the second track, I think we were kind of honed in a little tighter, and it was just came out overall better. So we went with that one.
Did you guys actually record "You're in Love" or did it just get started?
Yeah. Oh, it's out there.
Okay.
It's there. Maybe it'll premiere on my channel. Oh,
There you go.
Release tracks. I got a B-side.
And did somebody say this, like, you kind of feel like so many people are going to record round and round or lay it down, and maybe you have a better chance of getting on this project with an unknown and a ballad.
Yeah. I kind of felt that way. Everyone's going to do the popular songs. I suggested briefly maybe try to do Way Cool Jr. without horns and try and make it better. That got rejected because Ryan no. So yeah, I think this was the stronger choice of the two myself as well. It's not exactly one of Ratt's forefront songs that everyone knows.
And we all know that horns don't belong in metal anyway.
Well, that's Ronnie's big deal. That.
Okay, so I'm gonna in a second I'm gonna have each one of you kind of talk about your contributions and what it was like for, like, was it difficult, hard? How did you go about recording? I'm gonna get into that. But where is this song getting? Because I don't remember who is the entity that asked for these submissions. Where is the song getting submitted, and do you know what the next step is?
FNA Records is the one that's doing the project. I emailed them the submission last week.
Okay.
And I think it's the end of this month. They listen to all the submissions, panel of, I guess, judges, you'd call it.
Okay.
And then they make their decisions from there.
Okay. So hoping to hear by the end of the month. Right now it's April 22nd, and I'll have this video out like ASAP, hopefully even tonight, if not tonight, right away tomorrow. So let's let everybody kind of go through and tell your perspective of the process of putting this together. And let's start with don't recordings usually start with the drums. So Jeremy, what was your point of view of the process, and tell us a little bit about your role in it.
Sure. Yeah, and you're right. It did start. It did start there. My buddy Ty K. He's got a studio in his basement, and we set up his drums. We mic'd everything, and it's great to be a drummer, but at times it really sucks because you got so many things that you have to try to balance. You got to try to get the cymbals to come through. You got to get the hi-hat. So we had a series of 9 different mics, I think, by the time it was all said and done. And then I was playing basically to a click track, and then he would add in a little bit of Ratt in the background. But when you're playing acoustic drums, you can't really hear what's going on in a little set of headphones like you can when you're playing with a band or whatever. So I kind of felt like it was just playing by feel, which was kind of a unique experience, but fun at the same time. And then I'd love to say I got it right on the first try, but I'd be a freaking liar. It did take me a few takes, but only a couple, maybe 2 or 3. And then it was just like, man, what a weird thing. I hope the guys are okay with it. And after we went through it, we sent it on to Mike. Mike was like, hey, I'm going to put some reverb on here. I'm going to put some effects on it. And he had it booming and kicking butt right out of the gate. So Mike, hats off to you, my brother. You had it booming right out of the gate. And then from there, it just went on to, I believe it went on to our extremely talented vocalist to try to emulate Stephen Piercy, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, is that where it went next? It was the vocals. Do you sing along to the drums, or I don't know how this process works. So somebody feel free to. What happens after the drums?
Well, I did do it. You know what I did it to was I just got the actual Ratt instrumental track only on YouTube, and I ripped it to GarageBand and I sang to it. And that's how I put my vocals on. But then when it came down to what we did, luckily it lined up pretty well. And that's when Metal Mike had to probably do some adjustments. But yeah, that's how I did mine.
Sure. Okay, Bryan, why don't you tell us a little bit about the bass?
Well,
Obviously, the most important part is the bass.
You keep thinking that, but with this, I mean, Jeremy's had, like you said, he was in his friend's studio recording each part of his drums. Ryan and Mike have worked together. Jay has recorded stuff, and I'm like, I'm cooked. I've never done any kind of recording like this before in my whole bass career. Literally, it's an iPad and this fucking thing. This is all I use. That's all it was. Plug my bass right into this. On this one, I used my 5-string fretless, and I was like, I hope it sounds good. And through GarageBand, recorded what I had, and it was like trying to mess with the sound on it, and then the bass amps on that app don't work as well for bass as guitar amps. Go figure. And it took me forever to finally get a sound, and I was like, I hope, like Jeremy said, you're thinking, I hope this sounds good enough for everybody. I just hope this doesn't sound like shit. And I'll admit, when we did You're in Love, the bass is very, I didn't do much. I did what's on the actual song. And there isn't a lot going on because it's following the guitars and gets kind of put in the background. I'll admit, on this one, I started doing a little more quote-unquote flashier stuff to kind of stand out a little more. Right. And I was like, I hope I'm not overdoing it. I just hope I'm not going crazy with this.
It worked well.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Awesome. Jay, why don't you tell us a little bit about recording the guitars? And I don't know, like, did you do all the guitars? Did Mike do some? Or go ahead, Jay.
I did them all. I did it to Jeremy's drums and Bryan's bass track, and just tried locking in with it. Took a few tries, a few different guitars, a few different tones. I've done a lot of recording, but this was the first project where I've actually tried doing it without someone saying there, hey, you're a little bit off here, that doesn't sound good, try this, whatever. But the rhythm stuff, it wasn't too bad, but Warren DeMartini, I mean, there's a reason he's a guitar god. So
sure.
I kind of took what he did with the lead stuff, put a different spin on it with a wah and whatnot. So I mean, that's kind of my Dime and Zach Wilde influence a little bit. So it's not Warren DeMartini, but I think it turned out pretty badass.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Sounds great. So then Metal Mike, what was your, I think you kind of put it all together, but why don't you tell what your role was in this process?
I was producer extraordinaire.
Yeah. So, I mean, as a band member, I didn't do a heck of a lot. I sang some harmony vocals. I did some keyboards that are kind of buried deep in there, like the original track. But then I got the joy of taking all these parts. And like, it's funny, like when Jeremy, when he did his drums, every piece of his drum was a single part. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that, but you got to take all that stuff and kind of morph it together, sync it up with the bass, put the guitar on there, move around the vocals and get everything synced up. It takes a while. I probably listened to that song. I don't even want to say how many times. I'd wake up in the night and I'd hear that shit in my head. You know what I mean? Because you just listen to it over and over to make sure, everything's in the right spot. And of course, there were timing things that I would question, or, we would review it in the Dropbox. And if there was something I didn't like, I would kind of chop it out and do different things to it. But it was good, man. These guys are all talented, so it really wasn't that hard. So,
sure. Okay. So now here comes the important question: like, who was the biggest pain in the ass for the band to deal with? Who almost got kicked out of the project?
I don't think anyone was like that.
No,
not once did I feel like, oh, this fucking guy, I can't.
That's because it was you.
It probably me. I'm saying I was probably the asshole of the band.
He did say his bass should be louder, though. He was that guy. So
okay.
I only said that in the first one, though. I said that in the first song. The first one I won't even lie about that. But yeah, it was even like we might have said it one moment. I forget if I was talking to Jay or maybe everyone in the text or whatever. It's like, shit, I wish we can get together and actually be a band with this stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because it's like we all were like got along. No, there was no issues with personalities. Obviously, if there was something that, what did you think of? Like someone asked, what do you think about this part? I put my bass line in the Dropbox, whatever. Everyone was honest about it. Okay, we'll take a constructive criticism, fix it. We have to, and do what we got to do. There really wasn't any like, oh, fuck me with this guy. I'm going to work in the other. I'll come back later and do my stuff and not talk to this guy. You know, like so many bands have gone through.
So
One thing that I really liked was out of all of the musicians that I've played with since I was 13 years old, all of these guys, I mean, they get it. They want the best performance they can possibly get. There's no, well, I'm a god bullshit or whatever. We work well together, and quite frankly, I'm looking forward to a whole lot more.
well, that brings me to the next logical question. Well, we talked about the You're in Love. Hopefully, do you have any plans to record more stuff, or is it just kind of, hey, we'll wait and see?
I'd say defer to Mike on that one.
I mean,
don't ask me. I'm just the bassist.
anything's possible, right?
Sure. Okay.
Guru,
Yeah.
what I thought was so cool about this project literally is like the name City to City alone speaks volumes. But if you would, guys, because as I'm not 100% familiar what states we're all in, I think it'd be cool if we actually told, the audience, we've never met. So what states are we in? Maybe covering many of those miles in between city to city. So I'll just start us off. I'm here in North Dakota with you, Anthony. So that's where I'm from.
Okay. Bryan, where are you at?
I'm in Connecticut on East Coast boy.
Okay. Ryan?
You forgot.
Santa Cruz, California.
Okay. And Metal Mike, where are you?
New York.
New York.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jay Brannon is
Iowa.
okay. And I hope, even though I wasn't part of the project, but we've talked about, trying to find maybe a concert experience, some sort like there's been talk about the Poison 40th reunion, trying to get people that appear on the channel. So obviously not that wouldn't be like a band thing, but it would be great to get everybody together. And yes, obviously even better if you guys could do something as a band would be awesome. So I'm excited to hear what comes next for City to City. I've been loving the stuff that I've been hearing from Metalcast. I know Jay is currently recording stuff for some projects. So, and you guys have just become some of my best friends, even though we've never met. I love, hanging out with you guys and doing these videos. So super excited to see where this takes all of us. And with that, it's been great talking to you. And everybody, here is the world premiere of the song Giving Yourself Away by City to City. Until the next video comes out, my name is Anthony. They call me the Guru. Take care of yourselves.